Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rise of Industry, episode number 3. It's been quite a long time since my last video. That's because Manor Lords came out mostly, but also I got sick. But here we are, we're back, so let's figure out where we are in the game and where we're going to go next. Boise's doing very well. We're producing a lot of money. In fact, if we compare ourselves with the competition, we're really pretty far ahead. Door Enterprises down here, they're only valued at 11.3 million. Not really much to say about them. They went oil, they didn't get this gas, they have a warehouse over here doing nothing. AI is not very good in this game, I would say. They mostly just focus on fields, as this one is. But Power Core, which again is, I feel, fully a violation of my name, so they'll be the first one we try to buy out. They are going purely with fields, but they're also doing a lot better, 14.3 million. Now, compare that with me, and there's a big difference, right? 5 gatherers, 5 gatherers. We only have 7 farms and they have 9. We have 8 factories and they have 0, and that's the big difference. And probably why we're at 28 million when they're only at 14 million. So we already are valued at double what the best AI is. That's fine though. I don't think that the game is not... We didn't make it so the AI would be a big challenge. They're just there to provide some friendly competition. Now we're about to finish sugarcane fields. One of the things I'd like to do is go into yeast next because that makes a lot of sense, right? We're going to have the sugar, so we can go to yeast. And the grocery store is buying yeast at a good amount. Of course, sugar is very expensive and therefore a very good moneymaker. And that's why we're going to set up this little line. Another thing we could do is potentially go into cotton. Cotton... we don't really need it for anything unless we end up trying to go with the Mega Meal prototype, because that does need cotton, napkins at the very end. So we would technically need that, but you need so many different things to get the prototype. It's intentionally like absurd, the amount of different production line change stuff you got to get going on. We may not end up doing that though. Buying out the other AI opponents is probably a simpler option. Also some erratum. I did not want to put that road over there. I wanted the road to go here, and this makes a lot more sense top-down view. Back to my favorite view. Coming out from the factory, I want these guys in the right lane turning back into the right lane into the warehouse. And then we have the one-way road, which is going left to right. So they'll be in the left lane when they go in. So the fact that we have the traffic coming backwards going in the right lane and the traffic coming from the left going into the left lane means that it's the exact same thing as what's going on here. We have people coming here, which will be in the right lane, and they'll go in the right lane, and anybody else coming on the one-way road is going to go from the left lane. So we just want that to be the system. So I made a little mistake there. Otherwise, I think what we're actually going to do for research, though, is we're going to go over to basic distribution and get this truck capacity, because my first order of business is to actually just accrue a little bit more money. We don't have that much. We're going to want to pull up quite a bit before we start doing the whole sugar stuff. But also, I want to have a floating amount of money. We can take a loan, but at least a little bit of money to help if any permits become available and I want to bid on them. So I'll see you back in a couple months. Welcome back. It happened. A permit is available. It happens to be for Atmatluk, which is like the worst place. Atmatluak. Really don't know how to pronounce that, but this is the worst zone. It's got a lot of room, but the only resource it has is fish. That is just awful. It's really not any worse than Holt Summit. At least Holt Summit has a road off the map, though. This one does not. You could use it just as a means of making a small amount of money. Because even to get over there is going to be... Oh my gosh, what a chore. You're going to need a bridge. And this is a big river. So what I'm going to do is just ride this one out. I'm not planning to bid. We'll see if anybody else does. So we did, by the way, get the sugar cane. And we have this continuous irrigation tower full. And then it empties. And yeah, so I don't think anybody's going to bid on this. Okay, there it is. Well, we've only brought in about 1 million more than what we had when we started the episode. But I think it's time to get sugar up and going. Mainly, I think that we have enough. It should just make us more money. So we don't really want to delay, any more than we need to. We're deferring income for a cost which we're going to pay eventually anyway. So I'm going to set it up like this. We'll put one here, and then we'll put one down below. In fact, what we're targeting here is just to satisfy the initial 9 per 15 days, which means 18 over the course of 30 days. And I can do that because one of these fields will give me 2. So then I just need 9 fields. Now we don't have yet the additional bonus for plantations. That's fine. What I'll do is I'll just make 2 of them. Well, actually, let me set this one up first. We'll have it deliver its goods to warehouse 2. We'll need a road for it to do that. Unfortunately, the irrigation tower system, when you don't have any destinations, this works like completely fine. But with destinations, it seems to kind of go a little crazy, supplying water. I don't know why. This is something I'm not fully aware of, and probably something I need to learn better. For the second one, I'm going to put it here, just under the assumption that we can get away without needing a 5th field. This one, if it needs a 5th field, we'll have to put it off to the right or down below. You know, we'll figure out some place for it to go. But for now, I actually don't want this one to start right away either. It's a little bit silly for me even to have built it, but we'll put it like this so we know at least where 3 of the 4 or 5 fields are going to go. And that's good. So we're increasing our total cost of water by 6. We already had a 2 surplus. So we're going to let that drain a little bit before we activate the last water siphon. And that should all make sense. Now, we want to run this, so it should get water right away because it should get water. Are they going for water? See, I'm not exactly sure why things happen the way they do this. So I think they're actually going to acquire water. And I don't know why they're doing that. Yeah. Plantation 1, they're getting water for it. After this, and you can actually see that even before that completed, their fields are now going with water that they already collected from the irrigation tower. So it's a little bit bizarre. And now with that one already started, we can turn this one on green. Just want them to lag a little bit. Looks like they're going to do the same darn thing. Okay, now we have drink factory stuff. They are continuing to collect the goods they need. We are dangerously low on oranges though, and I don't understand exactly why. It's probably because there's been some bottlenecks with the orchard or something. So what we need to do is switch a few things here. We want right now the warehouse is not prioritized, and I actually want to reverse this. I want the warehouse prioritized. It does make us a lot more money. So now I want the farmer's market to wait until we have enough oranges. And just to maybe tick things in the right direction, who knows, but you know, with hope, we'll add one more field here. That should take us out from a purely even to a positive. And now you can see this is strange, right? Okay, we have water. Okay, I was wondering like, why are we not getting water? But we are. Alright, so this one will also then deliver to the warehouse, very good. And this warehouse, once it gets sugar, which it doesn't yet, and you can see there's no oranges there. Well, now that they're moving it over to warehouse 3, and hopefully everything is working fine here now. I want this, when it ever does acquire sugar, to just be supplying the farmer's market at demand. And we'll currently wait till full, even though that technically is not, I mean, that'll only allow us to deliver 8. But after this truck capacity plus 1 finishes, 3 trips of 3 will be exactly 9, which satisfies the farmer's market exactly. So we'll be fine, because we don't produce, right now we're producing 6, right? So we're only producing effectively 6 every 15 days. We're actually producing 12 every 30 days, which means 8 will go in the first 15-day period, and 4 left over will go in the next. So we could even add more fields, but we're just going to wait to do that. I can also update the tech with the, you know, obviously I'll want more fields. We'll probably do that first, and then afterwards we're also going to want the additional irrigation radius. That's going to be useful because with the higher radius, we'll actually be able to put some things on this side, and it's nice for flow of traffic purposes to connect your your dirt road over here, so that this dirt road area is starting to get a little bogged down, and I think it'll be a little bit better. There's another thing we can add. I don't know if we'll do it next or not, but we'll just add that urban roads. We can repave these with urban roads. It does alleviate things a little bit because it just, I mean, the trucks can clear intersections faster. Everything happens a little bit faster, so it does help. But in theory, you shouldn't need it because even trucks moving slowly will still get to their destination as long as you don't miss the deadline at the market. But you can, so that's why it's important to have the faster roads. Right, so we just finished the extra 2 plantation fields, which means we can kick our plantation output up a bit. So 5 fields here and 4 fields here should give me the magic 18 every 30 days. And so we'll leave it at that. And that should just basically meet demand exactly. So we can put 9 every 15-day period. Should make a lot of money. I mean, I think that our balance has gone up. The reason why it's not as high is maybe construction related. I'm not sure. Vehicle upkeep, maybe. Yeah. So we'll probably have to look as well at how our traffic is looking. I mean, right now okay. Here's a contract for beef. We don't care about that. So I could close it, but I like to actually watch and make sure nobody or see if anybody bids on it. So yeah, we have a lot of trucks being sent out for different things, and we got to ask ourselves, is it time for the warehouses to start stepping up and doing things? Like, for example, should the warehouses be delivering to our drink factories? The answer is probably yes. So let me just go ahead and pause, and I'll just do like 1 set of these. We'll get it going. So right now they are probably just demanding. And let me just set this up so that we deliver it explicitly. Alright, so we're going to want to deliver oranges to you. And I want to send a maximum of 4. Well, let's say 5. Is it 1 or 2? Yeah, it's only 1. So we'll do 4. What this is going to do with trucks that are now delivering 3 is as soon as they get down to 1 orange, we'll send another shipment to get them back up to 4. We don't need to keep any, so we'll just do it this way. And now we'll do the same thing. Drink Factory 2. Keep 4. Drink Factory 3. Keep 4. And then last, Drink Factory 4 and keep 4. Okay, good. So now we don't need to have the goods delivered. I mean, the 1 truck at a time thing, this will be a lot more efficient. This is 1 truck every 3 instead of 3 trucks every 3. We can do the same thing with the apples as well. And why not, right? It's going to be more efficient. So warehouse, apple deliveries will be provided by the warehouse. We'll just get all of these and then we'll do them all at the same time. Maybe that's faster. And this is probably the better way to do it anyway. We also should be doing this for water. That's a lot to actually do. 3, 4. I think that the system we have is solid, so we'll do 4, 4, 4, 4. I just want to make sure that these guys only take an input 1 and 1, and this guy only takes an input 1 and 1. Perfect. Yeah. So then this will be exactly what we want. Now I'll go and I'll do the water as well, because we're going to want that. Like, this guy is missing an input. What is he? He's actually missing oranges. Okay. Yeah, probably because they're not going to do it anymore. Not the local trucks. The warehouse trucks will be doing this now. Okay, I set it up, and now I think we're getting close to the end of this month. We were at 115 last month. I think we'll probably be around the same because I just got it set up this month, but maybe slightly less. But just remembering 114, let's try to blow through the next month. So there's actually more. So let's just keep 114 as our measuring stick. Now let's see if we have ended up reducing it by using the warehouse trucks for supplying the water, and also the water is now all supplied now. I did all that. It's just, again, the same system, send 4. We actually finished yeast, although I don't plan on implementing that yet, but we have it, and it probably wouldn't be that hard to get going. It's going to just require an additional, well, more sugar fields, right? Do we really want to crowd everything with more sugar fields? I don't know. Tough to call. Maybe we'll just put it down here. Anyway, let's get one more month in. Up to 4 million though, so we're definitely making a good amount of money. Ah, yeah, look at that. Vehicle upkeep is down to 88k now. So huge improvement. That's 30k that we're going to save. I mean, that's really big. Not huge when you think about our profit was 10 times, over 10 times that. But a significant number, right? Saving 30k on a number that which is, 110 is worth it. Okay, delivering leather, not something we can do. So again, we'll just keep pushing on from that. But I'll probably cut away again. Oh, it's actually delivering leather here too. Really wish we could do that, but that's not something that we have set up. Okay, so the profit looks really good now. Over 500,000, and I think it's time for us to, why wait any longer? Let's get the next step set up. So we're going to want these plantations. In fact, we'll do them from scratch because we don't want them to remember the orders of the previous plantation. And again, remember that our goal is now to get 9 yeast every 15 days. And yeast requires 1 sugar to make 2 yeast. So this is 18 for 30 days, which means we only need 9 every 30 days. We only need 9 every 30 days, which is exactly 1 extra sugar field. So we'll just, grab this, put it over here, and make our next sugar field right over here. Now, pollution, kind of a problem. Maybe I should actually make this one down here instead. It's the problem I have that I didn't do this a priori. Alright, let's just do it this way though. And this one only needs, well, I guess it needs 5 fields. So the 5 fields for this one though, we want this to go, this has a different final destination. We want this one to be to warehouse 3. Because this is going to be the one providing for the factories. We're going to do the split manually. What we could do, what is better to do in the long term for like robustness, is to ship all of it to warehouse 2 and let warehouse 2 divvy it up. And I may switch to that if we find that the sugar balance is not quite right. By the way, the reason why I was having this little mismatch with it is the outgoing project. This was set to no shops, but that meant that it was sending it to the users, the production facilities. Now that it's all off, I'm no longer having this problem, and it means I have to provide everything manually, but that's what I want right now. Okay, so that's going to get even more water, so you can see that I've turned this one on, and now we have 5 additional fields. I'll have to recalculate the water balance, see if we maybe even need another one. We're about to finish the plus 10 tiles, which means that I can just throw another group down here. Yeah. And there was another thing I was considering, and that was to move the road over here a little bit. Let me go to speed 3 and just let's see if we notice any congestion issues. You are sending, yeah, okay, good. And they just happen to be at the wrong time. So why are you guys going back that way? That's not what I want. You're supposed to go around this way and back down. In fact, I'm sure it's longer that they're not doing that. No, we can't deliver steak. Yeah, this goes against, maybe when I have the normal... Wait, I have the roads. Oh, I don't have the urban roads? Oh, that's next. Okay. Well, once we have the urban roads, maybe I'll be able to resolve this. I thought it was just purely based on distance, but maybe they factor in the the dirt roads are a little bit slower. So the only congestion I'm seeing is over here. But it is related entirely to them not taking this route when they should, when it is the shortest distance. It's not the shortest on time because of the dirt, but yeah, we'll see if that changes. Well, as soon as this one finishes, the next one. I guess I can just get a quick litmus test about how much water we're gaining or losing. We have 17 still here, so it looks like it's not in bad shape. This one's going, do we have a storage of sugar here? We do. Okay, well that means that we can get our factories up and going. Because I think that if we put them down here, I was planning to put them down here, but I think they'll pollute. So we may not do that. I'll just add a row up here instead. So let's go ahead and grab factories. We're gonna want brewer and distillery, and just like the last, we want how many of these? Figure that out in a second. Yeah, one-way roads, same as before. You are going to deliver your product to warehouse 3. Warehouse 3 is going to deliver what? 1 and 1. Okay, so we'll do the same thing we've already done. We want water, and we want that to be 4. And we want you to also deliver sugar, and do that in groups of 4 as well. And you are going to put your output back. Perfect. And now we just need to copy this. Alright, now we need 9 every 15 days. These are going to produce 2 every 15 days. So I guess we'll just short it by, we'll short it slightly. We'll actually go to 16, which means I am overproducing fields by 1. I only need 8, so I need 4. That's okay though. We'll overproduce a little bit, which means I probably will end up shipping this back over to warehouse too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But in order to produce 8, I'm gonna need 4 of these guys. All right, how did that work out? 2, 4, 3, 1. Good. Good it is. And you guys all have your, but we'll have to add these as well. Okay, and it's not gonna work right away because, which one do we do first? Yeah, 1. It's not gonna work right away because we don't have enough stockpiled yet. What I mean by that is I'm asking these guys to send a maximum of 4. They're all gonna go out with 3 first. Well, I only have 10. So somebody's not getting it. One of these guys, one of these factories will not have any. I could set it specifically to send everybody like 2 and turn off the deliver altogether option. It's too much micromanagement though. 1, 2. Okay, so I think we're good. We get 1 sends 4, 4 sends 4, 3 sends 4, 2 sends 4. Let's see who the lucky one is. Should also be sending water. Oh, that's right. I didn't send water. So I sent water to brewer distillery number 1. Let's get water to the other ones. And we do have enough water, but this might actually create a water shortage. Okay, 2, 4, and lastly 3. I hope. 4, 4, 4, 4. And 1 is down here. Okay, good. Alright, so that research is finished. Power radius, which is great. You can see now we can actually do stuff on the other side. It's tight, and we can definitely do something down here. Also tight, but that's the whole point. Room for expansion. You can also do it on the sides. Lots of room for water production. Alright, well the yeast factories are now working. Last thing we want is once they come in here, gotta sell that produce. Is yeast produce? It is produce. Well, I mean it's in a factory. I guess it's not produce. You can see all that is pretty expensive in terms of construction because of the factories. So it's nice that we still have, we built up a nice cushion of money. And now if there's a bid for the building permit, then we still have enough money that we could buy it, you know, with a loan. Okay, urban roads is done. Let's also check and see if that helps things. I just monitor all of this. Ooh, I don't want that to be like that though. I want that to, that's not what I want. One way, good. I'll set that to be a one way. Not one way. There it is, urban. So let's see now if they properly... I want to see if they properly go the right way. That's one way, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Whoa! The answer is yes. This guy was the first guy not launched that way, but now it is true. So they were taking into account time to travel. Does this warehouse now have some yeast? It does. Plenty of yeast, in fact. Let's get our yeast. Very last item. I guess it's alphabetical. And we're going to sell this to the grocery store, and we're going to do it meeting demand. Okay, let me crank that up to 4. Our urban roads is done, which means we're not actually researching anything yet. There's always something you might as well you should be researching. Like we can do faster roads too. We'll probably want bridges at some point. Basic distribution. This looks fine to me. I don't really care about the extra storage. I don't know if we'll even need any of these other things. We'll do more R&D just to populate some stuff. We can get rid of... Oh, mission input. What's your problem? Why do you have a problem? You have water. That can go to you now. Will it? Well, I'll probably need to take a moment. Oh yeah, we got 10 water here. It's this guy's problem. So, once again, I'm not sure exactly why these shortages happen. Doesn't that seem weird? Alright, let me do a quick test and see if I turn this off. Will you get the necessary... Yes? Oh, you actually have no input. Okay, well this is a big sign, a big clue to me that we need more water. I'll get to work on that. Well, I'm sure we went a little bit overboard on all this, but look, we're still at 5 million, and we have all the water spots lined up for our next, whatever, water siphons. That's more water siphons than I think we'll ever need, but we have spots for 3 more. So that we were just simply out of water. And we simply are out of water, which is going to create a temporary disruption of the production lines. I hate, but now at least I'm glad that we're prioritizing oranges and apples over to the warehouse 3. We're not doing that for sugar just because I didn't have all of them fill into warehouse 2. But I think we had a surplus of sugar going into warehouse 3 anyway, and I hope that that just works out. Okay, so I don't need to pin this anymore. Close that. Urban roads is done, we know that. +2 crop fields is done. That's fine. Basically, this is just the livestock, which we don't even need. So let me close it out for now. I don't really know if we need any of these things, but I suppose faster movement. Ah, some congestion here. That's actually interesting to see. Let's keep our eye on that. Autosave. Everything looks fine over here. Profits are almost up to 1 million now. So yeah, it's always good to check. All right, we're up to 33.1. They're up. They're catching up. 23. They will probably taper off as well, though, because they don't get into the later game production stuff. But we should. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep pushing. Oh, there's the sugar shortage. It is a sugar shortage. No, it is a water shortage. Oh no. Water. We only have 2 here. Well, let's just. I'm going to do the math, but I'm not going to do the math on camera. So just to get things going. We can do this. And I'm still going to use dirt roads for these. We just don't need to not use dirt roads. Pretty sure we don't need anything more than that, and that should resolve anything. I mean, I'm not sure if the extra 4 here. The one guy here made 10 more. Was that enough for 5 and 4? It was. It would have been enough to cover these and have 1 additional. I'm not sure why we don't have all the water we need. We're supposed to have. But since it's creating a problem, why mess with it? Oh wow, okay, permit. Permit has come up for Menorca. Oh, that's the best one. Well, this is a fortuitous timing. Things are not going great over here, but I think we absolutely... Oh, somebody's already bid on this, and it's going to be 9 million. Well, look it. This is why we're saving money to keep our head afloat when we ultimately go ahead and take out a loan. Headquarters, loans. Let's take out a loan. I'm going to target Boise. They're going to have a good loan for us down here. What are we going to need for this? Well, we have 6 million. Technically, we only need like 4 million, but I want to do a lot more than that. Let's do maybe 8 million. We should be able to pay this back in maybe 2 years. 350,000. Well, we're much more positive than that, so I think we should be okay. Otherwise, we could try, no, 700K. That seems like we would really be pushing it at that point. Yeah, let's accept. Now, I'm doing 8 million because I don't want to have to take another loan if we have to do another bid. And I want to pay for, I want to get Menorca no matter what. So let's accept. Let's see what happens. We can take it. Hopefully they let us have it for that. That's a lot of money already. Looks like it. Okay, good. So, several things here. What is going on is the fact that I forgot to put this back up. That's exactly the problem we have, is that we have all of this in the warehouse, but nobody to deliver it. Honestly, what I'd love to do is have the warehouse itself pick it up, but that would require probably auto warehousing for gatherers. I don't know what this would be considered. Probably a gatherer. I don't want to do it because I don't want to turn it on for anyone else. So we'll just eat the cost. We'll have, not the plantation, but the irrigation tower. Deliver 20. Make sure it saves 10. Yeah, that's the problem. So now water should be going back out. I mean, everyone's going to be shut down here. And we did win the auction. Okay, so this is a lot of stuff we're going to have to work on now. We have to get Menorca built up. Oil and gas, we'll get that going right away. But let's save that for the next episode. I think we have done enough in this one. Made some good progress. I don't know if our lead... Okay, we're at 42 now. I mean, we're not double them anymore, but I feel like we're still in a strong spot. And once we get Menorca up and running, we should have a very big profit. Hopefully like 1.2 million or so. And with that, I think we can start buying at least one of the people out. Probably Carter Lake, not just for name infringement, but at this point it really is the one we want since it connects to Menorca. But anyway, until the next one, thanks for watching, and take care.